Attention please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
Monsters and mysteries. Viewer discretion is advised.
It looked like a cross between a man and an alien with wings and red eyes. It scared me more than anything that I have ever seen in my life.
It was big, too big to be a person. It stood at least 9 foot tall. I mean, it was massive.
You know, if you see something floating atop the ground, wouldn't you, like, run for your life?
Gotta get the gun.
I know there's something out there. I know it's a beast.
Neither one of us were sure if we were gonna make it out alive.
This program includes dramatic reenactments based on real eyewitness accounts and contains material which is intended for mature audiences. Some of the situations depicted could be life-threatening.
The Appalachians, some of the oldest mountains on Earth. Within these dark hollows and dense forests, an ancient spirit prevails.
Even since the settlers came here, there has always been strange occurrences.
Being out here in the country around all the woods, it's just something about it. It's the surprise around a tree. Other forms of life that we maybe don't see.
You know, growing up, people kind of have a natural fear of the woods, of not knowing what's in the woods.
Red eyes of an unknown creature shine bright against a dark, misty night sky.
Along much of the eastern U.S. are the dark inland forests of Appalachia. On its western edge within Breckinridge County, Kentucky, the hills are thick with rumors about a bizarre mutant beast, a crossover between mutton and man, a giant sheep that's gone savage.
Yes, this Appalachian part of the country has been seen a lot. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it. It was huge. It was huge.
They've got woolly hair. It's usually white or dirty white, huge jaws and fangs, and a tail that usually has no fur on it.
We had to go down to the pump house by the river. And we'd find dead dogs, wolves, all kinds of fish that had been ate on and the bones left.
We had always heard noises that we just could never explain, like a growl almost, but you could hear them for long distances.
The woods are mysterious. People still won't go out really at night into the woods. It's one of the few things that people around here won't really talk about, but there's definitely something out there that keeps them all inside.
That something is a creature that's known to locals as sheep squatch. The legend may have started long ago. Sheep herders immigrating to Appalachia from Britain, bringing stories of demons wearing sheep hides and horns. But to this very day, the belief remains in force.
Sheep squatch is predominantly in the woods. I feel like that it has been very good at eluding. It's had to be. It does know that we're looking. And I think it just wants to be left alone.
Some claim to have caught a glimpse. And recently, 2 adventurous Breckinridge boys, Ricky Joyce and Dakota Cheeks, had a showdown with a sheep squatch. They'll never forget it.
Well, when I tell most people I've seen it, they just tell me I'm crazy, I'm a crackpot. But there are a few people that believe in it. Mainly the people that live around here are the ones that don't call me crazy.
It didn't matter what anybody thought about us. You know, we knew without a shadow of a doubt what we saw.
At 13, Dakota met Ricky Joyce in school. The pair have been close ever since.
There's always been a form of trust between me and Ricky, especially the older we get. You know, he's right there with you to the very end.
We're more brothers than we are friends. He's trustworthy, he's loyal. I've never had a friend that had my back like him.
That bond would be tested on a warm summer weekend in July of 2004. On a hunting trip, Dakota and Ricky ventured into some of Kentucky's more remote tracts of wilderness.
All I really need is this.
We go hunting a lot, but this time it was a lot different.
Come on, Lily.
This was a night that would change our lives forever.
Base camp for the deer hunt. Ricky's grandparents' cabin at the foot of 100 acres of dense timber. But the first morning, something's wrong with one of Ricky's dogs.
And we called for her and she just didn't come. When we noticed that the dog was laying in the ditch, we walked over and that's when we found her.
It appeared that something had twisted its head almost completely around. It was quite a sight. It just seemed kind of strange, though, that something just handled it like it did.
There's no animal up here that can grab an animal by its chin and the back of its head and twist it. You know, no coyote can do it. There's no bear, as far as I know, up here. It became very apparent that we had to find out, you know, what happened, what got her, and why.
Are there creatures capable of such violence roaming the backwoods of Appalachia?
White things.
I heard it was half man and half sheep.
If you just look at the fact that it has claws, it has horns. Look at the sheer size. You know, it could potentially really be a very dangerous thing.
Before the dog incident, for months we'd been hearing noises coming from the top of the hill. Growls and screams. Things that we just didn't know anything about. We went looking to see if we could figure out what had happened, see if we could find tracks of anything big, anything that could have killed a 150-pound dog like it did.
We decided we were gonna hop on the four-wheelers and stake out the hilltop.
We ended up going the far side of the property.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's right over here.
Where nobody really goes, there's no trails.
We make a couple laps around the field, that way we can both easily see where the four-wheeler has been, so we know where to look.
I was concerned because I didn't know what they were dealing with, if there was potentially harm for them out there.
They searched the area for hours, but no clues turned up. Exhausted, they retreated to the family's hunting camper set within the hillside.
We ended up staying in the camper, and we started hearing all sorts of weird noises, things walking around.
We knew a creature was close. About 5 a.m. in the morning, the dogs start barking and they take off running down the hill. Well, me and Ricky sit there and a little hesitant to go outside because, you know, the other dogs are now gone.
The sheep squatch with blood dripping from its fangs stands outside the camper.
The camper that seemed a safe haven was suddenly under attack.
Something actually ran into the trailer. Kind of scared the crap out of me.
It literally sounded like all hell was breaking loose. It's almost like you can hear something pressing up against the side, and you can kind of hear the tin start to bend. It's just that weird, eerie metal sound. And then it was just free fall. It was like it let go, and then we hit. I was terrified. I mean, there shouldn't be anything out here strong enough to push a camper like that.
When when it actually moved and tipped, I wasn't sure what it was.
But we knew without a shadow of a doubt that there was something there.
They had started the day as hunters. Now Dakota and Ricky were feeling they were the ones being tracked.
Neither one of us were sure if we were going to make it out alive.
End of part 1.